So I'm finally going to be able to break through this wall out into my addition. I'm going to take this out, frame this in, break in a new door over there where the window is. I've been waiting for this day for months.
Here we go.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. The day has finally come after working all summer on this. I'm finally going to be able to break this through, make the new door, and frame this into a solid wall over here. So here we go. So let me say this as nicely as I can. Arg! Look at what they've got here. This is the hinge, and it's screwed in with these star bit screws. I don't have that star bit, so I'm going to have to go to Lowe's just to get a star bit so I can unscrew this, because these are 4 long screws that are screwed into the stud, and I can't get this door jamb out until I remove those. It's always something. Well, I'm not going to run all the way to Lowe's right now just to get that bit. I'll have to do that sometime later when I'm out. So in the meantime, I'll start on removing this window. This has got screws too, but at least it's not the star bit. Working now from the kitchen side. Get these dangerous nails out of here. Demolition man. Demolition is fun and easy. This window will not be reused. It's probably 30 years old, and it's seen enough. It's seen enough. If you were going to have just 3 power tools to do this kind of work, it would need to be a skill saw, a drill, and a sawzall. So now here I have sheetrock and a piece of paneling that was on the inside of the wall. And then down at the bottom is the baseboard right there that's holding the whole thing in. So I need to cut that baseboard right down there at the bottom, and then I can push all of this out and completely clear the opening. You can start to cut through there without a hole. By going at an angle like that. Okay. So now I've cut through the paneling just above the baseboard in there. So then I'm going to cut straight down through the baseboard and into this sill plate, which also has to be removed. So now you can see here that the baseboard is cut all the way through. So now I can remove this side and leave that in place over there. All right, paneling gone. And now from the other side, just the sheetrock left. And it's through. Very cool. And now I still need to frame in that opening behind the refrigerator, but this will be the new entrance to the mudroom. We can see now once I remove that, how much more room we're going to have here for that table to be turned. By the way, that table is piled up so high because I haven't done the top cabinets yet. All that stuff's going to go up there. So for now, we don't have a table. This is looking really good. Elizabeth is not here. She just came home. Let me catch her as she walks in and discovers this. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Camera is rolling.
Okay.
Here.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, that just gives me goosebumps, honey.
Yep.
It's just like right there. All of a sudden I can kind of see it. We have a doorway. Wow. So I'll come right through here. Fridge will be right there. There's the kitchen. This will be on the other side, and this will be all my dining area.
We've actually got more room over here than I thought we were going to have.
Yes.
For your shelves that you want to put in there.
Those little corner shelves are going to go right there. Oh, that is just awesome. This also lets me see kind of what the kitchen's going to be like.
Yep.
There'll be a cupboard here, and then this will be going into the kitchen.
You like?
Oh, yeah. Wow. That is, all of a sudden I can just sort of see the whole thing. It's much more open than I expected.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So just be a washer and dryer there, and then, oh yeah. This is happening. It's so cool.
So I have now gone to Lowe's and I got that star bit that I need for this. So now I can start taking this door jamb out. So my son Barry uses these star bits all the time. He swears by them. He says they're much better than Phillips bits. I've never used them basically because they're new since I stopped building for a living in '08, so I wasn't even aware of them. But I've used a couple of them now, and they do seem to be much better than Phillips. They don't strip out as easily. Oh, so there's one Phillips bit right there. Okay, old door jamb is out, ready to start framing up this opening. So this was the original door opening, and I now have it covered, or I now have it studded in, so I can put a piece of sheetrock here. The refrigerator used to be over there. Now the refrigerator is going to be sitting right here. Now the wall here in the kitchen is sheetrock, and over here it's paneling on top of the sheetrock. And up here, this is sheetrock, and this is where the paneling starts right there on top of it. So I think I'm just going to take out this one piece of paneling, see if I can get it out from under that molding without messing the molding up too much. And then I will make the transition from the sheetrock to the paneling right here. So I'll take this out and see what it looks like. I don't know what that is all about. At least I got that off, and I'll be able to put this molding back on here without too much trouble. So this black stuff that was here was mold, and it surprised me. I didn't know it was there, but it was completely dried. It was dead. It wasn't growing. So what I did was I just took a damp towel and washed it off, and it all washed right off. I'm not concerned about it growing anymore, because if it doesn't have moisture, it can't survive. And that little leak that was up there, now the roof for the new addition goes way up above and is completely covering the old part of the roof where whatever the little leak was. So I'm not going to be getting any more water in there. So I cleaned that off best I could. Like I said, it washed off very easily with a damp cloth. And then I'm going to use this mold control. It's called Concrobium. And this is designed to eliminate and prevent mold. It kills the mold, and it encapsulates that whole area so that mold can't grow any further. So I'll just go ahead and coat this whole area with this Concrobium. And in fact, I'll let that dry, and then I'll put a second coat on it. And then I'm completely confident that that'll take care of that tiny little mold problem. And I can see one little spot right there where it looks like maybe that's where the moisture was coming from. Perfect. So now that I've got this opening framed in and the sheetrock put on, I need to spackle around here to, finish it up and make it smooth. Normally, I like to just use the ready mix spackle. You buy it in a 5-gallon bucket. It's all mixed and ready to go. You just open the lid and start using it. But I can't really use that here. When you put that ready mix stuff on, it can take 24 to 48 hours for it to dry, depending on the humidity and the temperature. But you see this right here? I got this big gap right here that I have to fill. And all the way down to here. There's also some gap over here. And if I would put that ready mix stuff in here, it could literally take 2 weeks to dry, and I'm not going to do that. So instead, I have to use the kind that comes as a powder, and then I have to mix it. So why do I do that? So the ready mix stuff, you just put it on the wall and it just dries out. This is called quick set, and you see a number here. They have different ones. You'll see 5, 20, 45, or 90, and that is the set time. So this actually dries chemically, and it'll dry out very quickly. When first time I tried this, different companies have different ones. This company had 20-minute. First one that I tried had 15-minute. I thought, well, that'll be cool. I'll get it done fast and easy, and it'll be ready to go. That was a big mistake. It dried in 15 minutes, which means that it pretty much dried in the bucket before I could even get it onto the wall. So now I usually use either the 45 or the 90-minute. I prefer the 90-minute. It gives me plenty of time. I don't have to rush to get it done. But it's still dry in an hour and a half. So that's considerably faster than the 2 days or so for ready mix. Or in this case, where it's real thick that I'm putting it in. Like I said, it'd probably take a week and a half to dry or more. For this first coat, I just need to make sure that the mud completely fills that hole, so when it dries, it'll be solid. And this, of course, is just the first coat. After this dries, then I'll use the ready mix on top of it and probably do at least 2 more coats. Now see, this is the 90-minute mix, and already it's starting to get a little stiff and a little harder to work. That's why I never use the fast ones, they're just too fast. So this is about an hour later. This is now all dry. It's ready for the second coat. For the second coat, I'll be using the ready mix because it's going to go on thin and it's much easier to use. I just did this because I wanted to get it sealed up. And I feel like I need to say something about the paper tape that I'm using, because I know if I don't, a lot of you are going to tell me that there's other kinds of tapes available. Yeah, I know there is. There's mesh tape available. There's self-adhesive mesh tape. So you put the tape on first before you put any mud on it. There's fiberglass tape. There's a variety of different kinds of tape. I've tried most of them over the years. This is what I grew up with. This is what I learned how to use. This is what I feel the most comfortable with. So even though I know those other things are there, I do the best job, frankly, when I use this old-fashioned paper tape. So that's what I use. I just wanted to make one comment about the heat in this room. In the last video, I showed installing the heat ducts, and I was saying that I wasn't completely sure if that's going to be enough in this room or not, and so consequently I got about 100 comments of people suggesting a variety of different kinds of auxiliary heat in here, everything from a split system to a electric heating and oil heating and a bunch of different things. Yes, I know that all of those things are available, but I don't want to use any of them. The point is, I want to tap into the existing system that I have. Putting in any kind of an auxiliary system would be more expensive to install, would also be more expense and more bother to run. And another main thing is that that'll give me heat, but it wouldn't give me air conditioning out here. So I really want to make tapping into my existing system work if possible. I've now had this door open here, right there into the kitchen, for about a week now, and I've had a chance to see how it's working, and it's working fine. So I have two heat vents here. That's the new one that I just installed. That's the one that was originally in the kitchen by that door. By that wall. Of course, that's right in the middle of the walkway now, so I will be moving that one probably over to here eventually, so we were not walking on it all the time. But with those two vents in this room, in the kitchen and out here, it was still a little bit chilly in here compared to the rest of the house. So what I did, each one of these vents has you can close them off and restrict the airflow. So what I did was I went to all the rest of the house and closed off about halfway, restricted the heat coming out of all of the rest of them. That forced more air coming out of these two, and now the temperature is perfectly fine. When you walk in here from the other part of the house, it's the same. There's no difference. So it's going to work. Another thing that a number of people were concerned about was that's the bathroom and I don't have any heat there. Is it going to be cold in there? Possibly. But we're planning to keep the bathroom door will be right here. We're planning to keep the door open when the bathroom is not in use, and hopefully that'll be enough to get heat in there. If it's not, like I mentioned in the last video, I can always run another vent like that into the bathroom back there. That would not only heat the bathroom, but more of the heat would come out here and it would heat this even more. So the existing system is working just fine after I got it dialed in and adjusted some of the other vents. So I'm very pleased with it. I'm going to have heat and air conditioning out here just like I do in the rest of the house without any kind of auxiliary heat. So this to me has probably been the most exciting episode since the one where I broke ground initially to start to dig the footers. because we've got broken through here, and now I can really see what this whole thing is going to look like. So I'm really excited to finally get this done. I hope you've been enjoying this. Next video, we'll do some more framing closets and stuff on the inside there. So thanks for watching. Live simple, live free. You be blessed.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, that just gives me goosebumps, honey.
Yep.
It's just like right there. All of a sudden I can kind of see it. We have a doorway. Wow. So I'll come right through here.